afternoon. I have the 852 frequency on for the third eye to get us started and settled in. Hi, Elizabeth. I invited you. Hi. Hi, cuz. Hi, MJ. All right, let me try something else here. Okay, I think that'll work. Are you on with me, Elizabeth? Okay, we'll try again. Okay, I think it'll work. It says adding. Hi, Monica.
There we go.
There we go.
I was like, it wasn't popping up the first two times, so that was strange.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't know. It's like different every time I log in here. But I think when I do that, the comments go back to you. So
I'll try and keep up on it.
how's the volume sound? Is that too loud?
I can type. It's very faint. Oh, it's kind of choppy. Yeah.
Is it like fading in and out?
Yeah.
Oh, it's probably because I have it so close. My phone's so close here. I'll turn it down.
Hi, Monica. Hi, MJ. LED. Hi. LED said, "This is my sleeping music."
Oh, good. Lovely. Yeah, I'm being. Go ahead.
She probably gets a lot of stuff in her dreams then.
Yeah, I imagine she does.
Working with the third eye and the sleeping, the frequency.
I'm being yeah, it's Laura. I didn't know.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna correct, but I didn't know if she wanted to stay under her alias today, so she's my cousin. She's a trip, so I was like, is she gonna say anything?
Yeah. She said it's Laura. I'm Laura.
Yeah.
Yes, she does. Yes. She gets a lot of stuff in it.
Laura used to babysit my sister and I when we were little, and we used to have a blast, and I'll share a story with you offline about that. Yeah, I'm being punished. I'm in my bedroom today because my kids are like in and out of the house, and the dogs had a lot of racket going on. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'll go lock myself in my room for the call.
That's what I was actually gonna say. I'm like, my kids have kind of been in and out just because it's so nice out today. So I was like, it might happen where they come to the door and the dog barks a little or something, because yeah, it's nice to be outside. I was like debating about doing this outside, but I think with my Wi-Fi that I have out here, we're kind of out in like a country area, so it's not the greatest outside.
I was thinking about that too, because it's almost 60 degrees here.
Yeah, it's like I think plus 15 here.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and we've been having like really, really kind of crappy weather, so it's like the first nice weekend in a while. So
yeah, I agree. It's nice to have some sunshine today. Okay, so I think it's 3.
Yep.
So did we say, I was trying to remember because my neck and my third eye have been bothering me. Interesting. So I was laying down before this. I was going to do the meditation on this one first, right? Okay. So what I have is a couple, I would say they're activations for the third eye that we're going to do together, and then I'll walk you through the meditation, and then we'll let Elizabeth take over for the information part.
Sounds good.
So the first one we're going to do, which one's easier here? Let's do this one. So this helps with a stressful memory, and you could, do this other times than just today if you feel called to do it. So what we're going to do is pinch our fingers together. So take these three, I'm not flipping you off. Take these three and just pinch with the thumb.
Okay.
And then we're going to put it, you don't have to touch the bridge of your nose. You can just have it close to it. And just take a minute to think about a stressful memory or something that you just want to release. And it could simply be, you know, tension from the body. So that's what I'm going to, you know, say, because I have tension in my neck right now. So you can just think about that image. And then while you're thinking about that image, you want to take your hands up to the right. So you're just going to start doing circle around the eye and then circle around the other eye. So you're just doing a figure 8.
Oh, okay.
And I feel like if we do this 3 times, and just, you could close your eyes if you want, just focus on releasing tension. I think that's 3. Let's come back to the center and just take a deep breath. Okay, and then the other one. So the other one is basically opening your third eye. So we know that that's right here, just kind of above your nose. So if you just kind of place your finger in that spot and just think about it as an actual eye and just gently push up, visualizing you're opening the lid. So just do that 3 times, gentle, and visualize the eye opening. And after you do that, we're going to test it and see if it's open. So we're going to place our finger back in that spot, and you're going to ask a simple question to yourself to see if you receive the answer. So what's something simple I can ask? Will tomorrow be a great day? You know, it's kind of silly, but that's the first thing that came to mind. So what you want to do is just keep your finger there, visualize your question, visualize white light shooting down through your chakras to your root. So we're at the third eye, white light is going into the throat and into the heart and into the solar plexus, into the sacral, and into the root. And then once it gets to the root, visualize the white light coming back up from the root to the sacral, to the solar plexus, to the heart, to the throat, and the third eye, and then push that lid open, and you should receive your answer. So obviously that can be something that, you know, maybe takes a little practice, but just a couple simple things you guys can do on your own if you want to work with that third eye a little more.
I like that. I like that. I asked if I was grounded, and it said they need a little work.
Oh, cool. So good. It worked for you. Wonderful. Anybody else have an experience from that? Maybe too soon to tell. Maybe the answer will come later today too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
We get a comment?
Nope. I think we're good.
Okay.
I don't see anything anyway popping up, so I apologize if I am missing anything.
Okay, well, we'll go into the meditation then.
Okay.
And I do have the frequency kind of going low in the background. Am I choppy at all, or can you hear it? Do you want to play it?
I can't seem to hear it. Laura said I asked if I was on the right path for weight, and it heard keep going.
Cool.
Nice. Awesome.
Awesome. So it's open. So I would say your third eye's open then, you know, if you guys are getting the answers. So wonderful.
And trust what you receive. Yeah.
Yes, that's how you build the strong intuition, by trusting what you're hearing.
I can hear it a little bit louder now.
Okay. If it's do you think it's at a good level, or should I turn it up just a little bit?
You should try and turn it up a bit.
Okay.
Oh,
That's the most.
hear it a little bit more.
Hold on. I
There
think
we
it's. How's that?
I can hear it, but for some reason it's still choppy, but I don't know if it's just for me or.
Whoops. I think it's the placement of my phone because I have it on my laptop and then my phone's like sitting on the laptop.
Okay.
Laura, can you let us know how it sounds?
See, I'm not hearing anything right now.
Oh, interesting. But you just were. Maybe that was too.
Unless it's just my phone or something, but.
It could be too loud. All right. Well.
There. I can hear it now.
All right. I'm just gonna leave it be.
Yeah. Sounds good.
She says she can't hear it anymore, but I did do some adjustments. So give me another answer. Ask your third eye. Ask your third eye again, Laura. It's activated.
We got some thumbs up, so.
Okay, good. Okay. All right, so here we go. So just take a couple deep breaths. We'll take 3 deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. So you can find a quiet, sacred space. You can sit or lie down with your spine straight and your shoulders relaxed, and close your eyes. Let your body soften and just breathe naturally. Feeling yourself becoming present. Inhale once more and release. Gently bring your awareness to the space between your eyebrows, your third eye. Place your fingertips or palm slightly over this area if it feels right. Feel the energy gathering there. A quiet pulse, a subtle warmth, a gentle hum. Imagine a deep indigo light, like twilight, beginning to swirl at your third eye. This grows stronger with each breath, expanding, opening, guiding. You see a path forming before you, soft and illuminated with an indigo light. This path leads inward into the sacred realm of your inner knowing. You begin to walk. With every step, you leave behind distractions, doubt, and logic. You are entering your inner temple of intuition, a space that exists beyond the mind. Soon you arrive at the entrance of a radiant temple, shimmering in blue violet light. This is your third eye temple, a place where your inner wisdom lives. Step inside. The walls pulse with sacred symbols, geometric shapes, star maps, ancient scripts. Everything here resonates with truth and insight. In the center of the temple is a glowing pool of indigo light. It calls to you. Kneel beside it, gaze into it, and ask from your heart, what am I ready to see? What truth is seeking me? What message does my intuition have for me today? Let the visions come. Let the silence speak. You may see images, feel sensations, or simply know something new. Trust what comes, even if the stillness holds meaning. When you feel complete, place your hand on your heart and your third eye and breathe in the wisdom. Breathe in the clarity. Gently thank your third eye temple and begin walking back along the indigo path. Feel yourself returning to your body, carrying the insight with you. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes and breathe deeply. When you are ready, open your eyes. You are open, you are clear, and you are connected.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I love that one, actually. It's very simple, but very powerful, it feels like.
I did really like that one as well. And I found like my temple, like, the way I imagine it was like kind of a Tibetan temple. So that's very interesting. So yeah. I don't know if anybody else saw anything or anything like that, but if you want to share, you can share. I just kind of even if you think that, your imagination comes from somewhere, right? So there's a reason that, that kind of pops up when you're imagining something. So.
Yep. And last week, I was meditating without even having this meditation in mind yet. I was doing my own meditation, and I was in a Japanese temple, and there was a fountain in there. And so it was really interesting how this came up. I'm like, oh, was it like a third eye premonition of the meditation I'm going to give? So it's the connection was just like, wow.
That is cool.
Yeah, it was super cool. And then, I always like to preface it with, if you don't receive anything in that moment, it's fine.
Yeah.
Everyone receives things differently. You may receive in a dream tonight. You may hear something later that, may connect. So I'm very visionary, but it's taken a lot of practice to get visionary like that. So I pick up on it quickly, but your clear senses could be totally different from mine. So Don't beat yourself up if you didn't really receive much of that at the moment.
100%. Yeah. Wild to really trust as well what I was seeing. So it was like, oh, I'm imagining that? Did I make that up? Or is that something that I actually, that is coming to me for a reason? And yeah, it took a while to trust that image that was coming up. Even though it could be, completely crazy image, you gotta trust what you see. So
yeah, and journaling about it is wonderful because it helps you. A lot of times when you're in a meditation like that and you're envisioning stuff, by the time you write it on the piece of paper, it's a little different, and it helps you break it down and understand it a little differently.
Yeah, actually, and I always said, like, for myself, I'm not the best journaler. I did more. So it's one of my pain points. But I had a conversation with a friend on the weekend, and she's like, "Yeah, I was able to go back in my journals from like 2000 and 13, and she could just see how much progress and like at the time what she was thinking about then." And she's like, for some reason I was guided to open up that journal, and when I did, I found information kind of that she was looking for. So I was like, that's really cool. So yes,
Yeah.
journaling is important if you can get into journaling. And
Yeah, and trusting what we're called to, like, why did we pick that up, today of all days, right? When you haven't looked at it in 10
yeah,
years.
I get that with books. Sometimes I'll all of a sudden just like start looking at my bookshelf, and I'm like, go to one book, and then I'll just flip up whatever I'm called to do, flip open a page, or if I'm called to go to a certain chapter, and then I'll read that. And yeah, it's usually something that comes up that I'm trying to deal with. So very cool. Okay, well, we'll start going through and talking about the third chakra a little bit. So like we kind of already said, it is located in the center of the forehead. And it's related to light perception and intuition. So the color is indigo. The third eye refers to the pineal gland, which is the small pine cone shaped structure located deep within our brain, near the center of our head. And it plays a crucial role in our endocrine system, responsible for production and secretion of hormones. The primary function is to produce and secrete the hormone melatonin, which plays a vital role in regulating our sleep and wake cycles, known as the circadian rhythm. The production of melatonin, or the production and release of melatonin, are influenced by light and dark cycle, with higher levels secreted during the night, lower levels during the day. The mantra is Om, or I see. The solfeggio frequency is 852. And it is La, L-A, on the tone scale. 852 is considered the frequency of intuition and spiritual order. Listening to this music in this frequency is said to rebalance spiritual energy, open your intuition and consciousness to clarity and the true nature of life. It can help us look at our own behavior patterns with clarity and compassion, helping us make better choices in life. And it enables us to connect with a higher power and an ever-present spirit of the universe. It can be used to cleanse trapped negative energy and dissolve fear, overthinking, and worries. Your third eye relates to the decisions you make, or regulates, I can't talk today, the decisions you make and what you consider to be important. It oversees your dream time, connects you with your subconscious mind and your higher realms of spirit. Learning, memory, telepathy, clairvoyance, mediumship, aura sensing, they're all ruled under the kind of the third eye chakra. It's also known as the seat of the soul and is the link between soul and spirit. This chakra allows us to perceive both the unseen realms, usually from a higher perspective. It also, when active, allows us to tap into our extrasensory abilities, intuitive knowing, and awareness. The third eye chakra, it kind of comes into a cycle at age 35 to 42. So at this time, people enter into their third eye chakra cycle, which is about intuition, wisdom, and synthesizing information. So the shadow emotion of the third eye is separation. So the ego's perceived separation from the soul is what creates the illusion in the reality we live in. So Maya means illusion. So this is in Sanskrit. And it's basically where things don't appear as they are at the present moment. So when we forget our oneness with ourselves, the ego believes it's separate from the soul. Our minds start to see the world from a place of duality. So our perception of things is shaped by the separation of their seemingly opposing but complementary halves. So this gives rise to the opposites, and it's easier for thinking mind to recognize what someone is when they are able to understand what it is not. So example, like light and dark, war and peace, up and down, good and bad. They're all opposites of the same forces that create a balancing act between the two. So this wound is also the underlying reason for our need to control in order to feel safe. The ego is under the false impression that it was left to fend for its own in the absence of the divine. So fully convinced of this illusion, the ego loses access to the unlimited creational power of the soul, as well as divine protection. In reality, these soul attributes were never lost or inaccessible. They only seemed to be within an illusion of separation. So to heal this wound, we have to go back to the incarnation wound on a soul path level, and sometimes also the split from source wound as well. So we can see through the illusion and separation that we've been stuck in for a really long time. So a lot of that is past life regressions, Akashic records. Right now, like when we're clearing things, we're always clearing like layers of trauma or layers of stuff that's coming up, but sometimes it's a lot easier just to go to the source. So if you can get to go in, if you can access your Akashic records, or if you can, have someone like Amanda who can kind of go into your past lives, then it's you're able to kind of see where that wound stem from. So symptoms of a blocked third eye. So mind fog, indecisiveness, lack of intuition or ignoring your intuition, anxiety, depression, lack of creativity, narrow-mindedness, burnout, lack of clarity, nightmares, sometimes memory issues, and obsessiveness. There's physical symptoms of a blocked third eye, and you can have headaches, sinus issues, ear infections, poor vision, and some sleeping issues. The signs of an overactive third eye are, losing touch with reality, dissociation, hallucinations, difficulty concentrating, feeling like you have information overload, mental unrest. So balancing the third eye, we can use meditation, sleep, aromatherapy, diets, affirmation, herbs, yoga, energy healing crystals such as like lapis, opal, sapphire, amethyst, sodalite, azurite. And we can also try to decalcify our pineal gland. So avoiding products that kind of contain fluoride, which some products are not, they naturally have fluoride, but water is a big one, and toothpaste, getting out in sunlight can help you activate or balance it. Exploring your limiting beliefs and trying to become an observer of your thoughts. Star and moon gazing, which I was doing last night. The moon was huge. And logic games and puzzles as well, to just get your mind thinking, working. So finally we come to the symptoms of third eye opening. So what happens when we do open our third eye? So you have access to planes of higher consciousness, feeling that we are kind of bigger than our body, a sense of clarity, peace and joy, better sleep. Sometimes we see light or images with your eyes closed, or some people start seeing them with their eyes open as well. Build up, sometimes there's a physical buildup in tension and release between your eyes. Vivid dreams, a renewed sense of purpose, increased intuition, imagination, perception, awareness. And really opening our third eye chakra allows us to surrender and trust. Opening and balancing this chakra can give us vision and clarity to see our path so that we can walk forward in our journey. So maybe you don't know exactly where it's leading to, and you don't really know and can't see every step of the way, but you trust your inner knowing to guide you in the right direction. So that is what I had for the third eye.
Awesome. Yeah, another one you made me think of for the fluoride is deodorant.
Oh, yes, the aluminum.
So I've been using native deodorant, and so I use like a charcoal toothpaste. I drink alkaline water, and then I use that deodorant, and I would say that's definitely helped open my third eye more.
Yeah.
Some people can't drink alkaline water. It's maybe, I think there's an acidity to it. So spring water, is fine too. Or if you have some sort of like Kangen machine, of course, that's the best, water you can get. But just a few other things, and just eating healthy, right? Processed foods, and that contributes to the brain fog. So
100%. Yeah. And same with, I find too, with perfumes and stuff, stopped wearing kind of perfumes just because they're endocrine blockers. So they're going to block some of those, those sensations within the brain and stuff. So try to kind of stay away from some of the perfumes and stuff like that. So
Yeah, good idea. Also lately, like when I've been going to sleep at night, I've been really focusing on my root chakra and just visualizing that open. I don't know, it's like helping me think about, like, you know, how the female sign is the triangle, right? So I think of the root chakra opening with that female triangle, and I've been able to like channel and get messages like really
that's
fast.
awesome. Yeah, I've been actually
Yeah.
guided on route as well. I brought my little red jasper out here, so
Oh, cool.
on my
Yeah, the ancestors are coming in strong.
so yeah,
Right.
and it's the same thing too. Your third eye is gonna open when it's ready to open, when it's the right time. So a lot of people,
Yeah.
they try to force it open, and sometimes it's not the most pleasant experience for
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
So like you can use, and like, some people use their different substances or different ways to try and open the third eye, but it really is kind of a, whenever it's ready to open, it'll open. And it's going to be the kind of, that way it's going to be the more gentler kind of maybe approach that you might need, that might suit you best. If you don't feel called to kind of those, then it's probably kind of just something that we have to work on our own to open, because we have to work to open our third eye as well. So we have to kind of go through the chakras and start balancing our chakras to be able to kind of access those higher levels. So
Yeah.
hello.
And it's definitely not comfortable. Depending on what, you know, you've been through in your life, right? If you've got some trauma there, so maybe using that exercise, you know,
Yes.
a little bit before you try to work on that third eye, or visualizing it opening slowly, maybe is a way to think about it too. I feel like, I don't know, it's funny, since we've been doing the chakra series, it's almost like I'm getting like like last week we worked on the heart, right? So I had some heart stuff going on, but I'm getting a preview of like the third eye. So it's almost like my body is like phasing slowly from one into the other so I can prepare to do these videos, right? It's kind of interesting how it's been happening to me. But the third eye to me is, I said the heart. I thought the heart was going to be a big
Yeah.
one. And it definitely is a vulnerable space to be in when you don't want to be vulnerable or you don't like it. But the third eye to me is like there's a lot in our heads, right? And so you can be feeling the effects in your ears, your
Yeah.
neck, you know, your throat, the back of your head, you know, around your eyebrows. Like I feel like a lot of pressure like right here right now. So, and then 2 weeks ago, you know, Elizabeth and I were talking, and I'm like, it felt like my sinuses were like ripped wide open. And I was just like, had all this clarity going on for a few days. So different things can happen, and just take caution with it because you have to be a human and do your responsibilities, right? So
Yeah.
you don't want to put too much pressure on your
Yeah.
body.
And I like how your meditation talked about going into the stillness, because I think that's a lot of the third eye is kind of turning inward, and then facing our fears. And like a lot of people, they have their fears of, and this is past life stuff that comes too. Like, whenever they were accused of, witchcraft, or it was, something where you had a vision and you were persecuted for it or something. So there is like a lot of just trusting what you're getting, and it's that trust, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, the third eye I find with my third eye open, yeah, it's the intuition, hyper kind of awareness of everything, and you are starting to be that observer of your thoughts. When you're having a bad day or those thoughts, and you're like, well, you're kind of in your head and you're thinking, well, why am I thinking like this? Why am I beating myself up about this type of thing? So sometimes whenever you turn it on, it gets a little annoying because you're just
Yeah.
like, oh, you're observer.
Just close that eyelid if it was that simple, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and once it's open, it's open. But yeah, you will start to have an awareness of mostly like of yourself, but a lot of the things and the signs and stuff that you're seeing, you're going to get that awareness coming with that too.
Perfect. Does anybody have any questions or experiences that they want to share before we do the fun card pull? Or how are you feeling right now after the meditation and those couple exercises?
Has that full moon getting to everybody? I went outside last night. It was huge. But yeah, definitely feeling that need for balance with the Libra, especially in like relationship areas, at work as well. So I was definitely feeling kind of that energy of, and still kind of sitting in the stillness as well. I've been getting a lot of, so I don't know if anybody else is getting anything, but I had a couple things I had to let go.
I was loving it. So I wasn't able to see it because it was too cloudy here, but I went to a sound bath yesterday afternoon and it was really beautiful. My friend Haley at Amazing in Canandaigua, she had a ton of different instruments and she did some humming and some singing, and then she had intuitive messages for each of us. So it was really cool, which you don't normally get, in a sound bath. And when she was walking us through the meditation, which I think was about an hour because I fell asleep.
Oh, wow.
I had this image of, she was talking about walking on a path, and I had this image of seeing myself as a little girl. And I was probably like 6 or 7. And I'm like going like this, like waving at my adult self, like, come here, right? So I go over and she's like going like this, like cheering me on. And she goes, "You're so strong." And I'm like, "Oh, you're cool." So I opened my heart. So there was like a door in my heart, and I opened my heart and I'm like, "Jump in, let's go."
Aww.
And so I'm Libra. And so for me, I heard happy birthday after that. And I'm like, oh, wow, this moon was bringing me that connection for me to fully embrace my inner child, which has been a journey.
Oh, yeah.
So it was really magical for me. Even though I didn't see it, I felt, the power, all around me. So it was really cool.
Definitely. Oh, that's awesome. I love that
Yeah,
for you.
it was great.
Well, maybe we'll go to, if we want to get to any cards, if anybody wants one, if you want to just put on the board or message type, if you would like to receive a card. I'm going to do my collective after this. So I got all my cards out. So I'll see which ones I'm drawn to here.
Cool. I have the gateway ones that we did last week, and then these ones, which interesting, like the bottom of the deck has a temple. So these are like Tibetan Indian ones, which I just love.
I love that.
So it says, this one I feel like is a collective message. It says, invite peace.
Oh, yes, that is that's a good message.
So there's our temple that we just
invite peace in, right?
Yeah.
I don't see any comments on my end. Do you see any on yours?
Oh, I do. Oh, let's see. Let's start with Dana. She was the first on the list.
Okay.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. I'm going to do my angel cards. I ask for Dana for a message. Let's see what we got here. Ooh. So we got confidence coming out. So it looks like, number 272, but it looks like maybe we're having it was in the reverse. So maybe you might be feeling a little bit less confident right now, but I think you're being asked to have some confidence. It looks like the heart chakra, the throat, maybe speaking your truth with confidence, or maybe that will give you the confidence in your life right now. So we've got the triangle, which is like I kind of refer to like as the mind, body, soul connection. So, and it's looking like we've got kind of 2 stars on here. So maybe that's the balance too of having some of that confidence come in. So I don't know if that resonates, but it looks like you're calling to maybe speak some of your truth and to be confident in that.
Super cool. Okay, I'm gonna do, I feel like this one for Dana because I don't know, she's very colorful. So, oh, here we go. Number 38, clear away old energies. And it's another temple with like a keyhole in it. And look at the dove. It's beautiful.
Beautiful. I love that.
And the two roses. Yeah, it's really pretty. So it looks like to me, it's like expansion, clear away those old energies. You know, we're still in the energy of the Libra full moon. So if you didn't do a ritual yesterday, maybe you want to do a ritual today, anytime today, right? Just write down something you want to get rid of and burn it or flush it or, you know, whatever you're called to do.
Yes, and I like, yeah, and the full moon is kind of about releasing, right? So that's nice that you got that card to kind of confirm that as well. So
Yeah. Okay. Who's after Dana?
let us know if
Monica.
it resonates for you.
Yeah, definitely let us know. So Monica's next.
Okay. I'm gonna go with my Gaia Oracle cards for Monica. Yes, my guys. Oh. Message from Monica. What does Monica need to know? So I've got number 23, and it looks like Night Wind. And we've got here facing fear, subconscious release, and healing. So I don't know right now if you're having some fears, but it's looking like you're being asked to face those fears. You're having some subconscious release as well with that, so that could be bringing up those fears. And it looks like you have some healing. Number 23, so 5, so like balancing that as well. And we've kind of got the nighttime. So yeah, nighttime subconscious, kind of the dark here, right? So it's something that looks like it might be hidden, that those fears might be kind of hidden and coming up, but it looks like you're starting to heal those, and you're trying to heal those. So I love that, actually. That's a beautiful card.
Yeah, she's got a lot of movement going on. So let us know what you think about that one, Monica.
I like the wind too, right? So the wind is kind of coming in to like kind of blow maybe everything kind of up past, right?
Yeah.
Or it could be a
Okay.
message as well. Message in the wind as well, I'm getting.
I pulled one of these for her. So I got number 45 and listen, and it looks like a tower with a princess inside, you know, just reflecting. Listen, so like going inward, so the third eye, right? Really listening and going inward, and I feel like she's definitely been doing that.
Like the two, because the night wind, I just said message in the wind. So listen. So yeah, we're getting kind of the same messages on that.
Oh, look at that synchronicity.
Yes. I had some comments come on my end, but I don't know if you can see them as well. I hope, let us know if that resonates, Monica. I have after this MJ, I think.
Yes.
Hey, Jenna, Laura, Amanda.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then Dana did say, you know, she said, thank you so much. Yes, release. So definitely she received that. So yeah, MJ's next.
Okay.
And then Monica says, yep, does resonate.
Okay. I'm going to do my Gaia cards too for MJ. It's MJ. So we got number 1. So you might be coming into a new beginning. It looks like the tree of life. We've got fertility, creativity, destiny, and magical blessings coming up. So it's looking like, you know, it's very fruitful. It's very full. We've got kind of the heart center here. Your tree is blooming. So it looks like you might be coming into maybe some new beginnings. So something to watch out for. If it's not happening now, maybe it's something to watch out for. So, and that looks like too, yeah, like we've got creativity. You might get a surge of creativity. And it's looking like it's all coming in for you, girl. So awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, so Monica just said, I've been in reflection mode recently and I've been having some weird dreams lately that would be subconscious fears. So, yeah, definitely sounds like that is a good message for her.
Yeah, and if you can remember your dreams, just something on that quick, write them, like start trying to write them down as they come, because it's easier to remember them as soon as we get it, wake up or get in that state. And then kind of go through and just see if there's any themes, like throughout the week. If something kept popping up for you, and maybe try to explore that way too as well. And if you can't kind of figure out the overall message, because dream interpretation is just, that's what it is. It's everybody's interpretation, right? So see if you can see any themes that come up through your dreams this week while you're releasing maybe some of that stuff.
Yeah, so for MJ, I felt like she needed a gateway card because she's, again, doing a lot of movement and stepping into new beginnings. So what I got for her is Venusian Galactic Council, Star Being Guides, Answer the Call, Time to Shine, and there's three like diamond light, like angelic beings there, which is very beautiful.
I love that. So yeah, Vesuvian. So a lot about like love, Venus. It looks like so. That's coming up as well. But it looks like, yeah, it's your time to shine, girl. So it looks like you got some of this magic coming in. That's kind of coming in these new beginnings. So that's awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Who was after? We got your sister, Jenna.
What am I going to pull here? I think I'm going to pull the angel cards for Jenna. And we've got here, so we've got reshape. So maybe there's something, I don't know, I'm just going to put this out there. Maybe there's something that it maybe isn't going correctly to plan. So it's looking maybe to ask to like reevaluate and kind of reshape the way you're looking at it. 525, we've got the mind, mind, body, soul connection coming through. So, and it's looking kind of, it's looking around your emotions, maybe, around your solar plexus as well, like your personal power. So it's kind of asking you maybe if you're manifesting something, a dream that's coming in, and maybe it looks like it's asking you to kind of just reshape how maybe the ways that you will allow that to come in, kind of thing. That's what I'm kind of getting. So I don't know if that resonates, but it's looking like maybe you're being asked to kind of go back to the drawing board and kind of go through it again. So interesting.
Oh, it's funny what I got for her. So I got number 31, Retreat.
Oh.
So yeah, go back to the drawing board or just reflection.
Yeah.
Yeah, retreat, go inward. Again, third eye, go inward, right? And there's a beautiful swan here and like a castle in the clouds. And actually, what is this? It's hard to see at the top, but it looks like there's two four-leaf clovers in the clouds here.
And that's funny because like I have the four stars on this card as well.
Oh, cool.
So maybe with the clovers, there's some maybe like some luck or something around it. Like you're being asked to kind of, I think it's more of like how you're willing to let that come in. So you have to look at different possibilities or let that come in as it comes in and try and just reshape how you think about it, maybe even as well. Only being something manifest a certain path, it's like, oh, I want it this way, and I want it to come in like this, and that's rarely how it ever happens. It's like it's asking you to kind of open up to the possibilities, I think.
Yeah, because see the swirling on the top and it's on the bottom too. So swirling energy, openness. Yeah.
So yeah, that resonates. But she said, interesting. So might be something that's coming up for you.
We have Miss Laura next, alias Laura.
Okay. I'm gonna do my soul lesson cards. Lord, you're friggin' dropping them out of here. Soul lesson. I asked Laura for the soul lesson and affirmation this time. Message. So it's looking like we're getting failure. So it's saying here, I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. So I don't know if there's something maybe that you're working on that you think that maybe in the past it had failed, and you're kind of maybe trying to go about that a different way. But it's looking like it's just acknowledging that you're learning. It's not considered a failure. You're actually learning and you're growing on that. So it's looking like we got some root and heart chakra kind of coming out with this as well. So maybe it's centered around maybe some fears of failing. And it's kind of just telling me that it's, don't look at it, the fear of failing, and this is your opportunity to grow. It's not, don't look at it as a failure. So that's what I'm getting for that one.
I pulled this as soon as you said something about opportunity. So this says, number 34, take the opportunity. And so with this one, you kind of see the black moon there, right?
Yeah.
But then there's so much sun. So it just feels like there's a lot of reflection that needs to be done and going inward, into this kind of darker temple that could be intimidating. So keep going inward. Yeah.
And it's, like it comes up like, take the opportunity. Don't be afraid to fail. Take that opportunity. Don't be afraid to fail. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, I'm getting something. And I think it's more centered around your, like our fears, which are our chakra. It's our root chakra, and kind of a little bit of stuff with your heart as well, it's looking like. So, it's kind of going in, kind of how you feel in your heart area, but as well releasing that fear of failing, because you do have it saying for you to take the opportunity. So if you have anything coming up, let us know.
Yeah. And it feels also, I'm getting like witchy energy, like trust what's coming up from that perspective. Wink.
Do we have anything? Oh, she said I'm crying.
Aww.
Love that.
Oh, MJ, did you see MJ's comment?
Big change, went to Garden Factory first time, didn't have agenda for any client, peaceful awareness, brought pansies, thank you, didn't sleep last night. Oh, okay.
She's back with the guy.
Ooh,
Ellie's Laura's
okay.
back with the guy. Yeah, I know, right? Because your magic works.
I love that. That's awesome.
Get rid of that fear, girl. There's the fear, the second guessing. I know, it's hard not to.
Don't look at it as a failure yet. Anytime we fail, we're growing and we're learning, and it's I think you're being asked to release that fear of failing, because we think it's a failure, but it's all for our growth.
Yes. Okay, so we did Jenna. Let me go back here. Amanda.
Okay. I'm gonna do my Gaia cards. Ask for a message from Amanda. So we're getting here number 15. So it's saying the temptress. So we've got seduction, deceit, a broken promise. So I don't know, maybe this is something that you're feeling in your life, or maybe it's looking like it's very centered around the heart. Maybe there's some kind of illusion as well I'm getting with this. So maybe there's an illusion that you don't know, you're not seeing the whole perspective of. So it's looking like, a broken promise. So I don't know if that would only resonate for you. I guess you would know. But if it's not something that is present right now, it's something that looks like it will be coming up. So just maybe have some awareness of that. And I like here too, like we've got the third eye is kind of like lit up here. So maybe you're seeing through some illusions right now. But yeah.
She's definitely more in tune than I've ever seen her. She's on fire right now. So yeah. I got for her Halls of Learning,
Ah,
Spirit Guides, Confirmation, and Great Lesson. Look at that temple.
yes. I pulled that
Golden
one.
Temple.
I pulled that one in my collective last week.
Oh, yeah, very
Yeah.
cool.
So we're that's a lot of things that are coming up for a lot of people is you know, we are having kind of these lessons, this stuff resurface for us to, you know, to go to kind of, you know, go through so that we can release them, right? So
Yeah. My son was just here before I popped on the video, and I was telling him about my headache, and he said he had a really bad headache this week where he was throwing up and the opposite at the same time. And I was trying to explain to him gently, because he's not quite as spiritual as I am, that, he's probably releasing something, through that. And
yeah,
I could see it. I could see his wheels turning, he's thinking about it. So I think because I was thinking, but I didn't want to share this with him at the time because I'm going through so many changes. Like my children are probably a little affected by what's happening with me, right?
100%. Yeah. Yeah, just by your energy field, and also too, as you kind of start to heal yourself, we're also healing our lineages. So it's changing the DNA of them. So, and the karmic imprint or the karmic patterns are being broken. When someone decides to say, enough is enough and I'm going to change this, that's what happens. We just broke a pattern. We broke a karmic cycle that does get passed down through our DNA, through our children. So
Yeah.
that's why the best work that you can do is the work on yourself, right? Because you're going to
Yeah,
start healing people around you.
I felt really bad when he told me that because he said it went on for about a day, and I'm
Oh.
like, oh, but it'll be good in the long run.
Yeah. As long as it's not a trip to the hospital or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's obviously something that had to come up and for his body to get rid of it, right? So
Yeah. I think we got everyone. So
oh,
if we missed anybody, please give us a comment here. I'm
oh,
just
you're
looking.
welcome. So yeah, I think that's all that I had for today, and I don't know if there's anybody else on, but yeah, I always have fun with you guys, and our last one is next week, I think, that we have planned anyway. So we're kind of coming to the end of and it's funny because as you were saying, Amanda, like you're starting to get stuff for like the next week and coming ahead, and it's like as we have been climbing up our chakras, it's like and last week I pulled this in my collective too, like we're ascending into that, and we decided that it was funny that our session was ending on Easter, which is, you've got, Jesus, and if you celebrate it, the resurrection, and a lot of it was kind of a lot of stuff like leading up to that. So yeah, I always have fun with you guys. So
Yeah, definitely. And I'm gonna pull a card for you, my
oh,
dear.
I forgot
Yeah,
about that part.
that's the best part. Okay, let's see. What do we got for Elizabeth here? Ooh, number 5, offer up gratitude. This is a beautiful card.
Yes, and I've been trying to remind myself that a little bit more too. Be grateful, and yeah, I've been trying to get into practice more of being grateful for the things that I already have, and
Yeah.
all the abundance that I already have. So I'm going to draw one for you. So yeah, that resonates. That makes a lot of sense.
Cool.
This one I'm drawing from the Sacred Geometry Healing deck for you.
Mm.
So yeah, it's kind of funny. We've got number 22, and it's the Platonic Solid Dodecahedron, and it's all seeing and knowing. So we're working on the third eye chakra. I really like that. We've got the purple. We talked about working with amethyst. So it looks like you're kind of right on track there. So I don't know if that is coming up for you, but you said you're getting a lot of stuff on your third eye, so that would make a lot of sense then.
How do you spell the dodecahedron?
Can you see it there?
No, I can't.
Okay. If
it's not written on there, I'll just look it
send
up.
you the card.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Number 22.
Appreciate it.
Number 22.
Okay, yeah.
As well.
Having a lot coming up with sacred geometry again. I think once we got into the third eye, I started seeing like Metatron's cube and the Merkaba and stuff a lot more this week. So that definitely resonates.
Perfect. All right. Well, you guys have an awesome afternoon, and I'll see you next week. We're doing it, I think, Friday, right? Was what we had planned? Was it Friday?
Did I change it? Oh, I don't know if I changed it. So, I'll change it because I think I have it for Sunday, the 27th. So we're going to move it up to next Friday for the crown. So yeah, I'll update it.
Okay. Or we could leave it if you wanted to leave it at the, because we just thought most people with Easter that not a lot of people would probably be on. So we were going to do it either on the Friday or we can do it till I can't do that week though. That's why I'm in my Reiki. So
yeah, let's finish it before Easter, right?
That's the plan. Yeah. Yes, that's why we did it like that. Now we're remembering.
So I think, did we decide on 10 o'clock?
I can do whatever time. So okay. Yeah, if we chat offline about it and we can see what's best.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
All right. So we'll aim for Friday. Right. Thank you guys for joining. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too.
Bye.